Hi everybody, I'm here to do a fashion well, I'm going to do a story time today for my fashion show. This was my second look that I have on right now. I didn't even change out of my second look yet. My first look was a pink dress. I'm going to show you everything in a second, but wait, let me just go. Okay. Hi. Okay. So, first things first, I filmed a spring favorites for Bath & Body Works scent, a top 6, but I didn't like it, so I'm gonna refilm it. So, I'm gonna refilm it. I'll probably refilm it sometime this weekend. But this is going to be my story time of my fashion show today. So, my first look... Let me just tell you a little backstory about this fashion show. So this is it's called a Saru fashion show, and it is about okay, so it's about identity, about people's identities, what you identify as. So the first look was what people perceive you as, and the second look is who you really are. So my first look was a perception of what people perceive me as. And I'm gonna put on some Morphe gloss because I want to. You know, this is pretty though, like this. Should I put the gloss on? Yeah, I'll put the gloss on. Because I had the gloss on for the for when I did the fashion show, so I just put the gloss on. But it is really pretty without the gloss too, so. Okay. You see, this is the Morphe gloss. And this is what I'm saying, like, it's so good. Like, it's so... Ah, I love this gloss. You see, like, how shiny it is? It's very moisturizing. Yeah. Oh my god, wait, hold on. Okay, so, god, I'm sorry about this, you guys. Putting like a lot of gloss on. Okay, anyways, let's do this. Okay, so, my first look was, a Barbie girl. A Barbie. People don't perceive me as a Barbie, but I thought I'd put a spin on it because people perceive me as a female or transgendered. Am I moving the camera? I am. I'm sorry. So people perceive me as transgendered. When I wear makeup, they think that only boys are allowed to wear makeup. So for my first look for the fashion show was this. I had I'm not gonna show you everything, but this was the pink dress. I have pictures of it on you know, this is the dress. It's from Guess. I have pictures of it on my Instagram. I have pictures of all my looks on Instagram. So it was just this pink dress. I wore nude heels. Let's see all that. And then I wore, here, look at, these are the heels. Nude heels. They're cute. They're pretty. Got those at Payless. The dress I got at Guess. And then this was the second look. So for who I really am. So who I really am is I'm a little bit more edgy. I look a lot of oh my god. It was a long time. Very punk rock right now. Like, I don't know, it's just an edge. My second look was who I really am, and it's just edgy. My look's a little more edgy, a little bit more like, this is my favorite look. I love, this is what I'm wearing. Black leather pants with these, snake leather, black boots, heels with the leather pants. Oh. Cross, black sequin coat. You get the idea, right? Okay, so this was my second look. Again, pictures of both looks are on my Instagram, The Joe Show 90. So The Joe Show 90. So my YouTube plus 90 at the end of it. So go check that out. But yeah, the fashion show was really fun. Let me walk you through, but that's a little backstory about the fashion show. Other people's looks, I'll tell you what other people's look was. So another person's look was someone who, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to pick a good one. Okay, so there was one guy that I really liked. Like, he did really good. I think we were the only two guys in the fashion show. And the rest were all female. And I liked his look because his first look was what people perceive him as, which was a very religious Jew. But his second look was who he really is, which is open-minded, bisexual, gay, guy. And that's who he really is. He's not religious. He's not, he's Jewish, but he doesn't let that define him. He's not his religion define him. He is who he is. So I liked his second look. His first look, of course, he was wearing like the yarmulke and stuff, I think. And the second look, he had this rainbow cape with like a little teddy bear. It was so cute. I really loved his look. Another person's look was, she was Spanish. People perceive her as like this Spanish chola or something. And her second look was who she really is, was just a nerdy geek or something. I don't know. Not a nerdy geek, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's a little bit more insight of other models and how their looks were. So let me just walk you through the day. So I got there at 4 because the models get there at 4. It was pretty much empty when I first got there. It was in a beautiful ballroom, really nice room. The stage was set up, the chairs, all the food. They had a nice arrangement of food. They had tons of pizza, tons of like appetizers and desserts and stuff and drinks. I'm not alcoholic. They had a DJ, it was really, really nice. Really, really nice. For like Queens College, for them to put on a show like this, it was probably one of the best things I ever seen at Queens College. Really, really good. So what happened was that we were just sitting there eating the pizza, waiting for everyone else to arrive. I already did my makeup, but people had makeup artists there to do their makeup. I do my own makeup. I didn't need a makeup artist, so I did it myself. I did it myself before I even got to the event. So basically what happened was that I was just touching on my makeup after I had the pizza. I put on my dress, the pink dress, the nude heels, and I had a blonde wig, and I put on a pink lipstick. I don't have many pink lipsticks, but I put on Jeffree Star's Lip Ammunition in the shade Starfish, and I put that on, because Starfish, that shade's like a hot pink. So I put that on. I had on like a little Juicy Couture pink clutch. And I had these pink sunglasses on. Again, all pictures on my Instagram if you want to see. That was my first look. So we were taking pictures with the photographer. There was photographers, videographers, makeup artists. I mean, this was a legit fashion show, right? So we all were getting ready. It was like, we went through a few rehearsals. My first rehearsal, the person running, the director or whatever, she was basically saying, like, I was a little too fast, but to slow it down a little bit. So I did. Second rehearsal, third rehearsal. But, I wasn't nervous. A lot of people were nervous, because, we're not really models here. We're not models. We're students. We're doing this for, it's a fashion show at school. It was a legit fashion show. It was nothing like low budget, let's put it that way. It was a really nice, put together fashion show, but we're still not models, you know what I mean? We're just doing this because, not to prove a point, but just to, to say like, because this teaches a lot. This is a lesson to be told here. You know what I mean? There's a lot behind this fashion show. It teaches you a lot. It teaches you a lot about different ethnicities, genders, sexualities, all the above, right? Okay. So, trying to get through So we just lined up for the first look. We lined up. Now my first song, because we struck down the runway with songs. My first song was Barbie Girl by Aqua. So for my first look, I was the 5th person. So four people went ahead of me, and then I was ready to go. So I went, and it's a really nice runway. So you go up the stairs. It's an MC, talking about your character and just who about the backstory about your look, and then you strut down the runway, you stop, and then you turn, you do a couple poses, people taking pictures and videography's there and everything, and then you walk further down the runway, and then you pose, you look at the audience both ways, you look in front of the cameras, you blow kisses, whatever. You do your own, you know, struts of poses. I did kisses, I flipped my hair, I took my glasses off, I winked, I think. Threw a little more kisses out there, and then I walked back. The only thing I really liked, the way I walked. The only thing I would have wished, because the shoes were killing me, and I didn't let that show. Oh, by the way, I put not fake tits, but I put like, I don't know. This girl was there and she put like things in a paper and she stuffed it in and she put it in and made me look like I had breasts. Of course I shaved everything, but I always shave everything, so that has nothing to do with the show. I just always shave everything anyways. But everything was freshly shaved. Just putting that out there. And yeah, I had this eye makeup look. But this eye makeup look was for the second look, this look. It wasn't for the first look. But no one was going to see my eyes anyways because of the glasses. I had the pink sunglasses on. So everyone was just seeing my hot pink lip. So, yeah. I went through it and I had a good time. I had fun. The only thing I almost forgot to take off my sunglasses. That was part of my routine. But I eventually did it like halfway and I was fine. But no, I mean, I really enjoyed it. That was the first look. So then after that, we had to run to go get ready for our second look because the intermission is literally like 5 minutes long. So you have to be really fast. Luckily for me, there's really nothing I changed with my makeup. The only thing I did was I took off my lipstick, which Starfish stains your fucking lips, which I already knew, but it was staining and I couldn't fucking get off with makeup remover, with whatever I did. So I just tried. I covered it up with Mannequin because my second look I had Mannequin liquid lip on with the Morphe gloss. So I put that on and then I just changed out of the dress, put this on. Took the wig off, took my hair out, just like this. And then we lined up for a second look. So the second look came, my second song was For Your Entertainment by Adam Lambert. I just thought that would fit. So I had more fun with the second look. The first look I was a little more timid only because the shoes were killing me. Like, I was in pain. I was in excrucial pain. I didn't let it show, but I didn't really enjoy it because of that. And again, you really can't walk in heels in a dress. I mean, it's pretty hard, especially when you're not used to it. But this, I was so comfortable in. So I did my whole... Like, I was comfortable in the dress too, but like, I was just really... this was the first time I ever wore dress or heels in public like this. And I haven't even done that for Halloween, so, And I didn't really care, I'm just saying, like, it was fun. But this was the second look. So my poses here, I kind of did like this with my jacket. I kind of like, I don't know, I danced a little bit, just had a little more fun. And then I walked back, and that was it. And then we walked with the MC and then the director and everything. And we just walked with all of us. We took group pictures. It was really, really fun. I really enjoyed myself. The only thing was that I'm not going to say someone stole this because it would be silly to say someone stole this, but I do think someone stole my tissues, which I don't think someone stole my tissues, but I mean, I couldn't find them and someone might have stole the tissues only because maybe they wanted it to wipe makeup or do something, I don't know. So that was gone, and then someone stole my mirror, which... That's kind of messed up because, like, I understand everyone needs a mirror and there was only one mirror there. So, but why'd you have to steal my mirror? You know what I mean? I didn't really appreciate that, but it's not a big deal. I could just buy a new mirror, but whatever. But anyways, so then after the show, by the way, this was like the 7th annual show, and then the director, this is her last show. So, she got us a bouquet of flowers and everything. I really liked her. But then there was, we met with the families and everything and just friends. And then the DJ continued to play music. We had like a little after party, but it was nothing big. We just continued eating and talking. And then I sat down and I don't know, I was just talking to someone and she told me she was a witch. But she was a good witch. And we were just sitting down and she was talking to me and she's like, I can give you a reading for free, obviously. She said it was for free. So I said that she was so nice. I really liked her. She was really cute. But she was just like, yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm into this type of stuff, whatever. So then she took out her tarot cards and she went on the floor and she kind of like did something with the card. She mixed the cards up, like a regular deck of cards. And then I think I pulled the card or she pulled the card. I think I might have pulled the card or she did. I don't know, she just pulled the card out. And then I took the card and I read it and it was like, you're stronger than you think. Which I was like, wow, like I really like this card. Especially because of after the fashion show and just, I don't know, I just had fun. I was like, this is really cute to say, you know, to find out, like, you know, I am stronger than I think. So then I read what it's about, and there was like a backstory or whatever. She came with a book and stuff, and basically it said something like, you know, you're stronger than you think, and there was this whole summary, and then it said something where it really struck me because, like, you know, my mom died a long time ago, and it said something like, your mom is in heaven. Not your mom's in heaven, but heaven is your mother, earth is your mother, something like that. But it just made me think, oh, heaven is my mother because my mother's in heaven. So that was really cute. That was like it just was an amazing day, and that just like was like the icing on the cake for me. It was just a nice ending to another amazing day. I had a good time. I really, really did. It was my first fashion show. I had a really enjoyable day. Yeah, I think we all did well. We all did really, really good. We all had fun, and it was a great experience. You know, I'm never gonna forget my first fashion show. I'm never gonna forget this. My first fashion show, my first time in a dress, my first time in here. I mean, this was a really, 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 really fun, unforgettable day. So I'm gonna go leave you with that because that was my story time for the fashion show. It was a lot of fun. And I'm actually happy that we have a room like this in my college because I always thought that we really didn't have much in my college, but like that was a really nice room. It was like I don't even know. I never even heard about this room, so I was really pleasantly surprised that we have this room. I'm just trying to think of anything I'm leaving out. I just took a lot of pictures. I took a lot of pictures. Like I didn't even post half of the pictures I took on my Instagram, and there's still pictures that the photographer took that he, you know, obviously it's not developed yet, and then the videographer, like she was filming everything. She was filming people doing their makeup. She was filming everyone talking, laughing, having a good time, and then of course she was filming the show. So it was a whole like the whole thing. It was a whole thing. It was a whole production. It was a whole production. Yeah. We all had a good time. I really did. I enjoyed myself. But I'm gonna go. I'm not leaving anything because I feel like I said everything. You know, that was basically everything that I said. I brought my perfume with me. I had, what was it? Bon Bon by Victor and Rolf. I just kept spraying that. I sprayed my glitter spray from Bath & Body Works, Shimmer Mist. It was really, really nice. Yeah. So I'm gonna go. I love you guys. And next video is going to be top 8, maybe top 10, but I think top 8 spring smells at Bath & Body Works of all time. My favorite top 8 smells of Bath & Body Works. That's probably going to be the next video I film, because I've been filming a lot of story time videos, so time to film something a little different next. Alright, so I love you guys. Bye.